The underwater portion of Liberty Island, where the Statue of Liberty sits upon, is part of New Jersey, not New York. The blue whale can produce the loudest sound of any animal. At 188 decibels, the noise can be detected over 800 kilometers away. Despite being one of the most famous painters in history, only 15 paintings of Leonardo da Vinci are known to exist. Before mating, the female giraffe will first urinate in the male's mouth. The Quran, Islam's most sacred book, means recitation in Arabic. 10,000 shipping containers are lost at sea each year, and 10% of those hold toxic chemicals, which might leak into the ocean. In 2006, an Australian man tried to sell New Zealand on eBay. The starting price was just $1 and managed to reach $3,000 before eBay closed the auction. Writer Stephen King was addicted to cocaine between 1979 and 1987, and used it to create a buzz to write. A young Elvis Presley was once told, "Stick to driving a truck, because you'll never make it as a singer." Residents of New York City can get free condoms and lube by calling 311. The Golden Temple in India feeds a vegetarian meal to over 100,000 people a day, regardless of race, religion and class. The wind speeds on Uranus can reach 900 kilometers per hour. In the early years of the 20th century, horses were causing so much pollution with their poop that cars were seen as a green alternative. Cows emit more methane than the oil industry, and are a huge factor in global warming. If Earth's history were condensed into 24 hours, life would have appeared at 4 a.m., land plants at 10:24 p.m., dinosaur extinction at 11:41 p.m., and human history would have begun at 11:58 and 43 seconds p.m. Intel's microprocessor factory in Costa Rica is responsible for almost 5% of the country's GDP. Sand from the Sahara is blown by the wind all the way to the Amazon, recharging its minerals. The desert literally fertilizes the rainforest. There's a prison in Bolivia where inmates rent their own cells, can live with their families, charge tourists for tours, and at one point produced almost all the cocaine in Bolivia. The Salima porgy is a species of fish that can cause hallucinations when eaten. In ancient Rome, it was consumed as a recreational drug. Elephant brains can weigh as much as 5 kilograms, more than the brain of any other land animal. A 14th century medieval tower rises out of Lake Regency in Italy. It's the only visible building of a submerged village. Tigers are the only predators known to regularly prey on adult bears. In ancient Rome, women would drink turpentine to make their urine smell sweet like roses. In 1954, archaeologists excavating an 8th century Viking settlement in Sweden found a Buddha statuette from India. In 1600, a volcano eruption in Peru caused a famine that killed about 2 million people in Russia. Fossil evidence suggests that fish have been on Earth for about 530 million years. Microwaving food does not diminish the nutrients. When done right, it's actually one of the most nutritionally sound methods in food preparation. Bald eagles are named so because baldy is an Old English word meaning white. Despite global warming, we're still technically in an ice age. Astronauts in space can't tell if their bladders are full. They are trained to relieve themselves every 2 hours. California has more than 130,000 people in prison. New York is the unhappiest city in the U.S., a 2014 research found. Along with 1.4 million tons of debris removed, 19,435 body parts were recovered from the World Trade Center after 9/11. The Amazon represents more than half of the Earth's rainforests. Poor women in the U.S. have higher rates of obesity than wealthier women. In 2009, snipers were deployed in Australia to protect a colony of little penguins from predators. Scientists want to introduce global warming on Mars to make life habitable for colonization. The weird bright dots you see floating when you look at the sky are your white blood cells. A man can be arrested in Italy for wearing a skirt in public. There is a gypsy tribe in India that celebrates death as one of the happiest events in their lives, while treating births with great grief. The youngest king ever was Alfonso XIII of Spain, who became king the day he was born. Almost a third of the world's languages are spoken only in Africa. A koi fish with the name Hanako lived for 225 years. Antarctica is almost 1.5 times the size of the U.S. There were over 10 million koalas before British settlers arrived in Australia. Now, there are around 43,000 in the wild. Cats can dream. They produce the same brainwave patterns that we do when we dream. 20% of the Earth's oxygen is produced by the Amazon rainforest. In 2008, wine started flowing through taps in dozens of homes during a grape festival in Italy due to a technical error. There is an island in Brazil where civilians are forbidden to go. It has up to 5 snakes per square meter. Mosquitoes can mate in mid-air, often in as little as 15 seconds. Thanks for watching.